Welcome back, boys, to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, where we're here to defend Sasha Buckler in a court of law. Alright, we're going to trial today. We've got a lot to unpack and a lot to learn. We're going to put Dr. Crab in the hot seat, and we're going to find out if he was trying to kill this whale and if he was trying to frame Sasha, and all because he's love-stricken over the death of his very, very young girlfriend, Azura. That's pretty much the gist of the case. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should probably go to the VOD section on my channel and look at some of the old videos because, honestly, a lot has happened. I exercised today. I'm feeling nice and pumped up with my chesticles. I'm feeling depressed in the internet. I know I made a little reference to the dream situation that happened in the last stream. It's just one of those things that's been on my mind all day. And it's not so much about Dream himself, because let me be the first to explain, I don't know who Dream is. I mean, I guess I do, kind of, in the sense that he's like the guy who has the white face that makes, like, Minecraft videos. But I don't play Minecraft, so I don't watch Minecraft content creators. So I don't really know anything about Dream other than the bare bones of, like, he's a person who's very popular. And apparently also very hated. So he did his face reveal, and the energy from the internet's just so weird to me because collectively, especially on Twitter, I don't know how the response has been on YouTube, but I know that on Twitter, like, the number one trending thing was, oh my god, he's ugly, and basically the entire internet is just ripping into this guy and making fun of the way that he looks, which number one is weird to me because I don't find him to be a particularly ugly looking guy. He just kind of looks like a regular dude. And two, the energy of the internet is... The energy of Twitter specifically is so weird to me because it's like... Twitter is the platform I hate the most because of how woke everybody is on Twitter. It's like the oppression Olympics. Everybody is offended by everything and everybody thinks that everybody's horrible and all they try to do is cancel each other. But then there's instances like these where, like, all of these social justice warriors of Twitter come together to, like, cyberbully the shit out of somebody. And I'm just like, I'm confused because I'm like, doesn't that go against everything, literally everything you stand for? Like, if Dream was a plus-sized woman and people were like laughing, they're like, oh, she's fat, nobody would stand for that. But, like, making fun of this guy's face and saying that he's ugly, that's acceptable. I don't know. It blows my mind how, like, hypocritical people are. And I truly don't get it. Now, Twitter's logic, I think, is that they think that Dream is unlikable, so therefore making fun of his appearance is deserved. And I'm just like, again, I don't know why Dream is unlikable. I've heard generally that people accuse him of being racist. Since I don't know who Dream is, and I'm not seeing people explain to me, well, he did this thing that was really, really racist, and we are calling that out. That's not what's happening. People are making fun of the way that the guy looks. I'm like, if you have a valid criticism of his character, okay, that sounds fair. But all I'm seeing on the internet is people being like, haha, he's so fucking ugly. And that's just so weird to me. I just don't get it. I think people are generally pretty horrible, and they like to put themselves up on this pedestal of judging others and thinking they're so great. But, like, you're all terrible people. I don't know. I had to get that off my chest, because it's, like, been bothering me. It's something about the paradox of people, like, trying to act like they're so holier than thou, and that everybody else sucks, while simultaneously just, like, making fun of people that they think deserve it. For, like, things that are trivial and arbitrary and just don't seem to make a lot of sense. So, I don't know. I'm not here to defend Dream because, again, I don't know the dude's character. He might be an absolutely terrible dogshit piece of person. I don't know. He might be the greatest person ever who goes to soup kitchens and helps out children. I don't know. The only thing that I know is that people are making fun of the way that he looks. And I just think that that's kind of tacky. So, I also wanted to make a statement since I'm like a live streamer and I play these video games, because sometimes there might be a disconnect between, like, reality and fiction. You know, I probably make fun of a lot of, like, the fictional characters in this video game. The voices that I give them, the way that they look, their mannerisms. You guys know that I gave Jinxie hell. So I wanted to make it very clear before we start playing today that, like, the way I treat fictional characters in these video games would never in a million years be appropriate to treat real human people that actually exist in this world. And I think that's sometimes lost on Twitter. I don't know. I'm like a guy I've never once in my life left a hate comment on a video. And it's just so weird to me to see people like get this mob mentality, which I think is what happened with the Dream thing. I think a lot of people are globbing onto it because it's trending and they think it's funny to call him ugly. And they're all trying to get the next viral tweet roasting him. Dude, it's just a fucking dangerous game. Especially when we literally have case after case after case of like bullied people who have like committed suicide, who have really gone into deep depressions. And we all like pretend that like mistreating people on the internet is so horrible and you should never do it until we're like, well, this person, let's all do it to them because it'll be funny. I don't know. Can we just like not make fun of the way that Dream looks? If you hate the guy, if you think that he's racist, cool. We can have a conversation about that. But like, is you saying that his face is so ugly it makes babies cry, is that like helping out anybody because he might be a racist person? It doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, now we're going to go back to the fictional courtroom of people who do not exist in the real world. So I might make fun of them. I don't try to make fun of real life people. Let's play this game. Let me get my hellos in order. Josh Scott, good to see us. Stephen Lee, Big Feared Balloon, hello. And Dogface. Oh, I already said Dogface. All right, Magic Dog. Let's play a game. Let's go to court. We're in the defendant lobby. Sasha's here. How's she doing, girl?
What? The ship's doctor and Azura were romantically involved?
Did you not know this, girl? My god, you need to get the tea. I thought you were friends with Azura. She never talked about her daddy boy? Alright, there you go. Blowing is the natural reaction to that news.
Well, that's my theory, but I don't actually know if it's really true.
I mean, it seems pretty true, does it not?
Azura would never get involved with that god-awful ship's doctor.
Yikes, there's gonna be some tension today.
But I do admit, they were friends. But would Azura send Dr. Crab videos?
Whoa. I'm sorry, what kind of videos? Videos? Hunty, listen, we can't skate past that one. I need to know exactly what you mean.
Well, Azura used to send her boyfriend videos of herself.
Teaching the orca tricks. Okay. That's a sentence. That was an important sentence to read all the way through. Jesus.
I used to help Azura take the videos on her TV phone,
But you never knew who the boyfriend was? You weren't curious? Huh. You know, this is an interesting bit of information. TV phone updated into the court record. Summer's boyfriend has videos of her using a whistle to make the orca do tricks. If this doesn't sound like the kinkiest fucking shit we've ever seen in trial, I can't wait to present this to the judge. So, TV phones can shoot videos too, huh? My dumb phone sure can't. Yeah, Phoenix has a phone from the 90s, which is really wild since it's like 2025 in this game.
These TV phones are amazing. They can even record sounds you and I can't hear. All the equipment we use at Shipshape Aquarium is totally high-technical.
Ooh, getting a really uncomfortable flashback to Francis.
The ship's doctor sends away for all kinds of electronics.
So, all the high-tech stuff is Dr. Crab's doing, huh?
Anyway, I still highly trout Azura's boyfriend was the ship's doctor.
But Dr. Crab found a charm yesterday, and he was really shaken by it. Yeah, he seems mad sketch. You really don't think they could have been involved? Right. He totally panicked, he freaked out, and this was music to my ears because that's when I knew that Azura was into daddies. That charm looked just like your keepsake of Azura.
Yeah, well, she did say she and her boyfriend had matching charms. the ship's doctor and Azura really a couple? I can't believe it.
I think Dr. Crab is going to be called as a witness today. There's still so many unanswered questions. But I hope to solve them all in today's trial.
I believe in you too. I know you can do it. And we will, Sasha. Promise.
Promise. Alright, boys, are we ready to do it today? I gotta bring my A game. July 22nd, 9:30 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Day 2, court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Sasha Buckler. The defense is ready. Ah! Jesus fuck, can you control your wild animal, my guy? Ready. I'm completely thrown off. Very good. It appears that both the prosecution and the defense are ready then. Yesterday, it was proven that an orca was not guilty and that the victim fell to his death. Prosecutor Blackwell, did your investigation of the orca pool turn up anything? Breezy! Hello! We might actually be able to wrap up this case today. I don't know. We'll try. We'll see how court goes. It did. We found a blood stain from the victim at the bottom of the pool. On this. Oh, my. What a frightening looking rock. And you say it has a blood stain on it. Just looking at it gives me the willies. Oh, I'll give you a willy, Your Honor. So we can assume, then, that there was no water in the pool at the time of the incident. Very good. What a clever little deduction. Oh, well, it's nice to get a compliment from the prosecution for a change.
Prosecutor Blackwell has completely tamed the judge with the carrot and stick approach.
Yeah, I guess I should have bought a few carrots of my own, and then given him the stick. Right, moving along. I have prepared a witness. Buckler was the only one who entered that room when there was no water in the pool. The witness will prove that. How? Come to the stand, witness. My guy, you look just as disheveled as I like to see. Name and occupation. Dr. Herman, oh! Sniper! Stay in there. And who is that cute little creature? Such a restless bird. Quite unlike Taka. Are you sure about that? Because I have an objection. Alright, chalk one up for Taka. He shut Sniper up with a single sound. Well, son of a gun. Dr. Herman Crab, Shipshape Aquarium's veterinarian. And could you tell us the name of your cute little friend there as well?
Your Honor, please focus on the case.
But it's important to learn all we can about the witness. This is Sniper. She's the offspring of a penguin named Rifle. Sniper lives in my hair. She might cause commotion now and then, but please, try to ignore her. I was originally going to call the animal keeper to the stand, but he refused to testify, so I settled on the veterinarian. Now tell us, why was the defendant in the orca pool room when the water was drained? Alright, witness testimony, boys. Let's get ready to poke some holes in him. Cleaning the orca pool room. Joshua, hello, welcome to the chat. In the early morning hours of July 20th, Sasha was cleaning the orca pool room. Sasha and Jack Shipley, the owner, were scheduled to do the cleaning together. During cleaning, the pool water was drained. While the cleaning was going on, Marlon was taking care of the orca in the show pool. The pool water would never be drained unless the pool was being cleaned. Okay. And your claim is that the victim was made to fall to his death during the cleaning. Only Buckler and the owner had the security card necessary to enter the orca pool room. And we already know from security footage the company's record of card usage that the defendant was in the orca pool room during the time of the cleaning. The witness's testimony and the records of security card usage are conclusive evidence.
Oh, so no one beside the defendant was at the scene, and the water in the pool was drained.
Oh, jeez. The judge already seems to be leaning toward the other side. I need a chance here. We have to strike fast, boss. Your Honor, we're ready for the cross-examination now.
Oh, yes, of course. Please, proceed then.
Oh, the power of youth. It comes in handy at times like these. Alright, let's poke some holes, boys. Let's probe. Probe everything. Alright, Sasha was cleaning the orca pool room, you say? Why? Why is the cleaning done in the early morning? Essentially middle... Wait, what? Let me restart. Why is the cleaning done so early in the morning? Essentially, the middle of the night. Our aquarium is open every day of the year without break. So of course, the cleaning has to be done at night when there are no visitors. No days off. Is that it? I can relate to that. Yeah, I guess prisoners don't get to take days off. Or, I guess you could argue that a prisoner's entire life is a day off. Things sure are different around our office, huh, boss? Alright, you don't have to rub it in quite so enthusiastically. So, was the defendant cleaning alone? No. She was cleaning with Jack Shipley, the owner. But Miss Buckler said that Mr. Shipley never showed up to help with the cleaning. I don't know anything about that. All I know is what was on the schedule. Maybe they changed plans. They probably felt awkward with each other after their fight. In any case, there's no proof the victim entered the orca pool room during the cleaning.
Objection!
Unless you have some. If you don't stop your yammering, I will pull your tongue out and barbecue it. Yeah, alright, Daddy. Why do you have to be so violent all the time? Proof of none. The victim must have entered the pool room during the cleaning. Elaborate. Witness, tell him why. Jack must have entered the pool room. The reason I think so is because... the record of card usage shows that Sasha entered the orca pool. Okay, but what about Jack Shipley? Don't you mean to say that the record shows both of their cards being used? Thank you, Phoenix. No, only Sasha's. They must have gone in together. Objection! That's a huge-ass fucking stretch if I've ever heard one. You're making complete assumptions. You know what assumptions are? They're making an ass out of you and of me. Alright? Cut the bull. You can't just say something like that. Well, Jack's body was found in that room, so it's the only logical explanation. We talked about this just yesterday. What purpose does that brain of yours serve? I don't know. You're even more bird brains than a rifle. Wow, okay. Fuck off.
Objection!
Witness! I will not allow birds to be belittled in my presence. Limit your disparaging comments to the defense alone. Wow, he's real sensitive about birds. Alright, cool, so I get disparaged either way. Love that for me. Bird lover, huh? I guess we're not destined to become best friends. That is fine. All I need is for you to talk about the state of the scene during the cleaning. Alright, fine. I don't know. I feel like the two of these guys were made for each other. Secret lovers! Secret lovers! During cleaning, the pool water is drained. Okay. So the cleaning is done with the pool water drained. That's right, that's literally what I just said. They use the hoist there to lower themselves to the bottom of the pool. They can do regular cleaning with water in the pool. This was an intensive session. I never clean my own lab, however. Don't you think it might be due then? Like, sanitation efforts? Probably should clean the lab? Well, Sasha and Marlon came in and cleaned it for me on occasion. Wow, so you make the staff do your dirty work for you. I'm too busy myself. I have animals to look after. Like this one, for example. Oh, such an adorable creature. It lends cheer to this bleak courtroom. Your reaction to Taka was very different, as I recall. Taka's a fine bird too, of course. Please, continue, Dr. Crab. Quickly now! As I was saying, Sasha was cleaning the orca pool room. While the cleaning was going on, Marlon was taking care of the orca in the show pool. So Orla was moved all the way over to the show pool. Why is that? Because it wouldn't do to get her covered in cleanser, would it? Of course she was moved. You don't take a bath while you're cleaning the tub, do you? Yeah, that's an excellent point. I usually clean the tub after I take a bath myself. I was assigned to clean the shower stalls yesterday. They were cleaner than an Edo bathhouse by the time I was done. Must be cleaner than the Rochester bathhouse. I guess Prosecutor Blackwell is the fastidious type. Alright, good verbiage. I polished it so well, I bet the inmates are slipping and sliding inside of it right now. Whoa, what? I'm sorry. You know, maybe he's not so much the fastidious type as the prankster type.
Somehow, I don't think that's it either.
Anyway, cleaning the orca pool is just like cleaning the tub. The pool water would never be drained unless the pool was being cleaned. Okay. There's no possibility it would be drained at any other time during cleaning? None. Ugh, shot down with a single word. Why are you so certain? Think about it. If the pool water were drained, what would happen to the orca?
The poor thing.
Hey, whose side are you on, Athena? Exactly, young lady. Without water, Orla would be alright for a short period of time, but anything longer than that would pose serious risks. She could even die. So, the fact that Orla is alive and well is proof that the water wasn't drained on her. That's right. The orca pool and the show stage pool are next door to each other, right? A hoist runs between the two to move the orca and equipment back and forth. When intensive cleaning is done, the orca is moved to the show stage pool first. So the water is only drained while the pool is being cleaned. Please add that information to your testimony. If there were no water in the pool, the orca could die. Okay. I guess you're right about that. Son of a gun! Then why did you harp on it so? The defense loves to make a fuss over nothing. You do like to stir up trouble, don't you, Mr. Lawyer? Just like this one.
Beep, beep. How rude! Don't compare Mr. Wright to Sniper. Granted, his suit may make him look a little like a penguin.
Athena! Is that what she really thinks of me? Ugh, I wish Sniper and Miss Baby Chick would both stop all the peeping and cheeping.
Miss Baby Chick, how dare you! Wait, no, actually that sounds kind of cute. Okay, I'll take it, Daddy.
Wow, he just got away with calling a young woman a chick in court. How very 1995 of him. Anyways, somehow we have to show him that the water could have been drained at some other time.
If we don't, Sasha will be the only one under suspicion. There must be a hint somewhere. I'd better look through the evidence again.
I have to find out how the water could have been drained while Orla was in there. I mean, we do have a picture of that. So, is the thing we're going for the fact that the pool can be drained except for a little bit because you can have that divider? That might be the only thing we got here. Like, if we look at our evidence, we got this picture of the pool being drained. The location to the blood stain, and you can see that Orla is still in the pool because there's still a little bit of water. I don't think anything else makes sense at this moment in time that we have. So... Jesus, if I can find it again. Here it is. Nope. Jesus, fuck.
Objection!
Yeah, that's it. If the water in the pool is drained, you say the orca could die. But is that necessarily true? What are you talking about? There is a way to let the water out without harming the orca, isn't there? Your Honor, please allow me to submit this photograph. Oh! Well, this is... As you can see, there is no water around the Skull Rock area. With the pool in this state, the victim could have been made to fall to his death. However, there is water on the other side of the partition. And Orla appears to be just fine. Well, son of a gun. In other words, if the partition is set up at the bottom of the pool, the water can be drained without doing Orla any harm. Are you implying that the water could have been drained at a time other than during cleaning? Yes, there is that possibility.
Dr. Crab is shaking. Looks like he has something to hide. Do you think it could have something to do with the calendar note about meeting with the victim?
It might. I'll submit it to the judge. Your Honor, please take a look at this calendar.
Oh, yes, you waved that around in court yesterday. No need to drag out your souvenir today.
Actually, I would like you to make note of the entry for the day of the incident.
Oh, yes, let me see here. Meet the captain at the orca pool at 7 a.m. Oh, this note is about a meeting planned with the victim.
What? The defense would like to argue that at the time of the meeting, the pool may have been drained of its water. That's the tea! Welcome back! Hi, George. Finally able to stop in after an eternity. Welcome back. We're in, like, the tail end of a case. I hope you can catch up to speed.
Whose calendar is that?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. You see, it belongs to Dr. Herman Crab. Isn't that right, Dr. Crab? Well, son of a gun. So you suspect me, do you?
What is the meaning of this calendar entry? Dr. Crab, explain yourself.
Fine. I was supposed to meet Jack at the orca pool at that time, but I ended up not going. So you're saying you simply broke your promise? I don't think you can get out of it that easily. I believe you have some explaining to do.
Oh, Frankie, did you hear that? They're accusing the doctor.
Your blade is sharper than I thought, right, Dono? I know, you say that every single time we meet in the courtroom. But your cut was shallow, a mere surface scratch. There's a saying amongst us prisoners. Do not see, hear, nor speak to smooth-talking lawyers. Right. If you think the witness is suspicious, show your proof. Ah! The calendar alone isn't good enough, huh? I have to prove the victim could have fallen to his death at that 7 a.m. meeting time.
Let's put our heads together, boss. The victim could have fallen during cleaning when the pool was completely drained. Or, using the partition, it could have happened at 7 a.m. with the water partially drained. What would be the major difference in circumstance between these two possibilities?
What circumstance was different? The answer could really tell us something. What circumstance was different between the two possibilities? The presence of the orca, 100% is what I want to say. The pool was half filled. The time of day was different. The orca was there. Because if the pool was drained completely for cleaning, the orca is moved to the showroom pool. Versus, if the pool's being half drained, Orla's still there. So, yeah, 100%. That makes sense. If the murder occurred at a time other than during the cleaning, the orca must have been there.
Oh, you're right. And that would mean that Orla witnessed the murder. Let's get her on the stand and testify.
Jesus Christ. Do you think that's gonna happen today? What's this? You're sheathing your sword so soon? Stop yammering to each other and show me how you wield your sword. Alright then. My sword is poised and ready. If the murder was committed at a time other than during cleaning time, then Orla must have been present at the scene. If I can prove that the murder happened right in front of Orla, then I can prove that Miss Buckler is not guilty. Because she wouldn't have been there at 7 a.m., I'm guessing?
Order in my court! Mr. Wright! Are you implying that the orca was a witness to the crime?
That is exactly what I'm implying, Your Honor. It's not the first time I've been down this road, let's be fair. And how do you intend to prove the orca witnessed the murder? What are you going to do to put the orca on the stand and cross-examine her? Well, let's not rule it out. This is a critical point. I'd better think about it carefully. The defense will cross-examine Orla, continue with Crab, present evidence. Oh my god, I don't know what to do! Cross-examining Orla is funny, but Orla can't talk. Literally at all. Even the parrot could at least say some sentences or like some words. Orla can't say words, so I don't think that's going to be helpful. Continuing with Dr. Crab doesn't sound like it's going to get us anywhere. I think we have to present evidence, and I think the evidence we have to present is the luminol fluid and say that Orla had blood on her, and that that's somehow going to be related to the murder. The only thing that's confusing to me right now that I don't understand is if this guy took a tumble and he fell on the rock on the side of the pool that's drained of water, I don't understand how blood would have then gotten onto Orla. That doesn't make total sense to me, but there is blood on Orla. If the blood is the victim's, I think that does still show that he was at the scene, and it just kind of creates more confusion for us. Let's see what happens. The defense is gonna present evidence. The defense will present evidence that will prove Orla witnessed the murder.
You're going to present evidence. Knowing the defense, I thought surely you would try to cross-examine the orca. I must say, I'm a little disappointed.
Well, gee, sorry to get your hopes up, Your Honor.
Very well. Let's see this evidence then.
Alright, what evidence shows the murder took place right in front of the orca? I think it's the blood moved from the show pool during cleaning time. The victim struck it when he fell to his death. Okay. I think it's the blood. It's bold to present the same evidence twice in a row. This photo indicates where we discovered luminol reactions yesterday. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, Phoenix. By accident, we got some of the luminol testing fluid on Orla. Not by accident. She was literally the first thing I tapped on. We were then very surprised to see luminol reactions on Orla's body. So what of it? There's nothing odd about that. As was discussed in yesterday's trial, the orca was bleeding. Traces of the orca's blood were also found on the skull rock. The orca must have injured herself when she rammed the rock. So that cloud of blood Mr. Plume saw was from Orla headbutting the skull rock, eh? That's good to know. It also adds confusion to my whole theory about the rock being outside of the water. Those luminol reactions you saw on the orca are most likely from her headbutting. No, they're not, though. But what's odd is the position of the blood stains. Please take a good look at the photograph. Look at this photograph! Yesterday, Mr. Plume said the blood disappeared when Orla put the hat on. That testimony indicated that Orla's injuries were under the hat area, which somehow, apparently nobody's still looked into, which has me very concerned about the well-being of this animal. Regardless, these luminol reactions are in two entirely separate areas from her injuries. These bloodstains can't be Orla's own blood from when she was headbutting.
Oh, then where did the blood come from?
It's my firm belief that it's the victim's blood. The victim was killed right in front of Orla, and the victim's blood splattered onto Orla's body. Ugh. Josh Scott, didn't Orla carry the captain in her mouth, or am I hallucinating that? I mean, Norma de Plume claims that she saw Orla taking the victim's body in his mouth, but that was after the water was refilled in the pool during public hours at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the morning, Norma de Plume is looking in the filled-up exhibit, and she sees the whale grabbing the already dead body of Jack Shipley and taking it up to the surface. We're now going back in time. We're talking about 7 o'clock in the morning, while the pool was apparently half drained. So, we're not at the point where Orla would have grabbed his body yet. Orla was a witness to the murder, so that's why...
Orla? Boss, something's wrong with Orla.
Wait, are you saying that someone tried to kill this whale because they didn't want her to be a living witness? As if she's able to testify? There's one more fact that indicates Orla was a witness to the murder.
Oh, there's more!
The culprit was afraid Orla could somehow reveal what she witnessed, which is a weird thing to assume when we're talking about a whale. Anyways, that's why they did what they did. It's the only thing that makes sense. I have to present that evidence. The evidence that proves the culprit thought Orla was a dangerous witness is this sleeping pill, Your Honor.
Take that!
He tried to put the whale to sleep. The defense would like to submit this evidence.
What's this? Looks like some sort of medicine.
It's a sleeping drug, Your Honor. A very powerful one. This sleeping drug was discovered in Orla's stomach yesterday. The culprit tried to drown Orla by putting her into a deep sleep.
Tried to drown Orca? But why?
Right, Dono. Are you trying to tell this court that the perpetrator tried to kill the orca off to prevent a witness from talking? Do you really expect to defeat me with that feeble attack? My sword's been drawn, buddy. I'm not about to sheath my evidence now. Orcas have an enormous potential for intelligence. The possibility that Orla could somehow manage to reveal the truth can't be denied. The culprit believed in this possibility, and that's why they tried to kill her. Dr. Herman Crab, you purchased the sleeping drug, didn't you? Ooh, got him!
Ugh. What? Does this mean the veterinarian tried to do away with the orca?
Well, who but a veterinarian would better know how to disguise an orca's death? He could even prevent the police from examining Orla's body. Sorry. The names sound so similar.
Why, you? Are you actually accusing me of trying to murder the orca?
Oh, wow, he did not.
How dare you! How dare you slander the noble profession of a veterinarian!
Oh my god. Wow, we struck a nerve.
My goodness! One could cut the tension in this courtroom with a knife.
Oh god.
Yes! I admit to purchasing that sleeping drug. However, it was subsequently stolen from my lab.
Is he not? Oh my god, is he not the bad guy? Is Marlon the bad guy? Is Marlon the boyfriend of Azura? I'm still so confused. How are we in the middle of trial and I don't know which of these two men is my bad guy? I was so convinced it was Dr. Crab, but now, I don't know, he seems genuinely offended that we would accuse him of trying to kill the orca. Maybe he's being honest. I don't know, we have to pull up this thread. But if he's being honest, that means that Marlon can't be a good guy. They can't both be good guys, I don't think. Oh, this case is getting me, it's getting me itchy. That's a flimsy excuse. Alright, Athena's not buying it. It's the truth. What else can I say? Any one of the crew members could have entered my lab. That is true, it's not very secure. I guess that weakens my evidence quite a bit. Besides, think about it for a minute. Who was it that treated Orla after she swallowed the drug? It was I. But as I recall, it took you quite a while to give that treatment. You didn't even come on your own. We had to go get you. This is true. Son of a gun. You just remember all sorts of little details, don't you, Mr. Lawyer? Alright, he's sounding guilty again. The orca pool and the lab are far apart. It's little wonder he didn't know Orla's condition.
Objection!
Didn't know? No, that's highly doubtful. As far apart as they were, Dr. Crab still had a way to know all about Orla's condition. This is true, the torpedo system. He would have known. The defense would like to submit evidence that the witness knew about Orla's condition and was doing nothing.
Take that!
Alright, we're about to tarnish his reputation as a veterinarian. Take a look at this, Your Honor. It's called the torpedo. Ugh. You just had to bring that up, didn't you? With this advanced data system, surely you would have known about Orla's condition.
Objection!
Now wait just a minute. What is this torpedo?
Dr. Crab! How dare you bring a weapon of mass destruction into my courtroom?
Well, no, the torpedo, or tele-observation real-time pertinent data organizer, is a data system. Until yesterday, only Dr. Crab and Mr. Shipley knew about the torpedo. It isn't legally approved in this country, so it was kept a secret from the police.
It's illegal! Dr. Crab, I demand an explanation!
Son of a gun. You and your big mouth, Mr. Lawyer. Yes, it's true, I'm using an illegal system to monitor the creatures in the aquarium. The system uses sensors like these, and yes, there is one in the orca pool too. These sensors send sound waves through the water to gather data on the creatures. Ooh, is that gonna be his next excuse? So it uses sound waves through the water, so I think I know where this is going. He's gonna say because there wasn't water in the pool, because it was drained, he couldn't detect anything. Is that where this is going? Let's see. If it finds abnormalities in their condition, the torpedo alerts me with a sound.
Oh, my goodness. How very high-tech. But if it's illegal, I will not turn a blind eye. This matter will be appropriately dealt with at a separate time. Now then, Mr. Wright, please continue.
With the torpedo, I'm sure Dr. Crab noticed the danger Orla was in, but he made no attempt to come to her aid on his own. And the reason for that is that Dr. Crab wanted Orla dead. The torpedo didn't give me a warning message. That's why I didn't know there was anything wrong with Orla. The sensor in the orca pool wasn't working during the police's investigation. Can you prove that statement?
Objection!
I think I understand the logic of it. Does Blackwell? I think Blackwell understands the logic of that statement. Alright, Blackwell, please stop laughing. It's creeping me out. Just make your point. What's with him? I guess this is all so high-tech for Prosecutor Blackwell that it's making him a little funny. Funny. Whoa! David! David, thank you so much.
David has just donated $12. It's great that this case isn't cut and dry and really keeps us guessing.
It really does. Thank you so much for the donation, David. Yeah, right? Like, isn't it weird? I mean, here's the thing. I'm also not mad when we do know who the killer is, because these Phoenix Wright games, they're really more about trying to figure out how you can prove a killer did it. So the cases aren't always about, like, understanding who. Like the last case, we literally saw the blonde-colored man kill Alderman QB. No. Yes. Wait, which one? Yes. So sometimes you do know who the killer is, but it is interesting that this game is really playing into the mystery, this case specifically. It's a nice change of pace, because usually we know who the killer is right away. And it's possible I'm just being a dumbass, but I think that this case is doing a good job of, like, shifting you back and forth between, is it Dr. Crab or is it Marlon Rhymes? Like, we do have two pretty viable suspects. Witness. Those sensors sent sound waves through the water, correct? There it is. Did I call it or did I call it? I should be a prosecutor. But what if there isn't any water? Then they wouldn't work. They would automatically switch off. I see. And where is the sensor in the orca pool located? I don't know. Jack is the one who attached it for me. You don't know? Then I will tell you. The police found a sensor just like the one you showed us. They found it attached to the table at the bottom of the pool. Table? Do you mean the table in this photograph? That's right. Don't you get it yet, right, Dono? The table is on the Skull Rock side of the partition. It's affixed to the bottom of the pool and cannot be moved.
Oh, so if the water was drained from the Skull Rock side of the pool.
Precisely. Without water, the torpedo sensor would not work. Witness, when did that sensor automatically switch off?
Hang on, I'll look it up.
The only times lately were during cleaning 2 days ago and the investigation yesterday. Of course, I knew the pool would be drained while they cleaned it, but I had no idea they drained it for the investigation. No one let me know. That's why I didn't know about Orla's condition yesterday. So, Dr. Crab really did want to save Orla? So he's a good guy? Oh man, we're gonna have to talk to Marlon Rhymes. Did you hear that right, Dono? Yes, the water can be drained without harm to the orca if the partition is used. But if the water is drained from the Skull Rock side, the sensor turns itself off. If the sensor was always on, except during the cleaning investigation, it means there must have been water in the pool at all other times. It was never drained. In other words, no one but the defendant could have committed the crime. Ah! Well, that's... I can still shift blame to somebody other than the defendant.
Order! Order in the court! This completely shatters the defense's argument.
Well, well, give me a second. The fact still remains that Orla was nearly killed with Dr. Crab's sleeping drug.
Objection!
But aren't you forgetting one important question? When was the sleeping drug given to the orca? You're right. That hasn't been discussed yet, has it? The orca pool in the scene of the murder. The police were there all day yesterday. The only way to give the drug to the orca undetected is to put it in her food. And who was feeding the orca yesterday? Marlon Rhymes! Oh no! Yesterday, someone gave the orca food during the trial.
Someone did? I'm afraid I don't remember that.
I remember that! Fuck! You don't remember? You're not that old yet, are you? It was the defendant, Sasha Buck- Oh, wait, what? I don't remember that. I thought it was Marlon Rhymes who gave the Orla food. I'm experiencing confusion. David, I also really wanted to know what the smooth sax donation setup was. It's a little bit of smooth jazz, you know? I think that's the first time anybody's ever done that one.
So that is the orca that stands accused, is it?
Wait. Aw, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on. Yep, that's right. Oh, because Marlon and Sasha switched places. Sasha was originally watching Orla, but then when we had to bring Sasha into the courtroom, we sent Marlon back and we sent Sasha here. Which still means that Marlon could have also fed the whale, could he have not? I believe in my client. I don't believe Sasha would have fed our guy a sleeping drug.
So your argument is that Miss Buckler is the one who gave the orca the drug.
The prosecution's argument hasn't changed. Buckler made the victim fall to his death and then manipulated the orca to pin it on her. Still not satisfied, she further planned to kill the orca with the sleeping drug. I didn't hear any reports of Dr. Crab feeding Orla. Maybe he didn't have a hand in Orla's attempted murder after all. But is there anybody else who could have fed Orla besides Sasha? Yes!
If it's true the defendant is the one who fed the sleeping drug to the orca, then that places even more suspicion on her than ever.
Yeah, objection. In fact, Marlon even said that he didn't believe that the orca was innocent of the crime. The defense objects to the prosecution's claims. Well, well. You still haven't admitted defeat. I'll show you D's feet. Prosecutor Blackwell, I don't appreciate the way you only mention the parts that are convenient for you.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
The prosecutor failed to mention that Miss Buckler wasn't the only one to feed the orca, named Orla. As you'll recall, there was another person who gave Orla food.
Oh, wait, you mean Mr. Rhymes?
Looks like Athena remembers.
Yo, congrats, Sasha! This is to celebrate. Eat it all up!
Yeah, he threw a whole fucking bunch at her.
Mr. Wright, but no.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but we can't ignore the truth. The other person who fed Orla during the trial was... Marlon Rhymes is the bad guy, you guys! What? Please recall when Orla was found not guilty yesterday. Marlon Rhymes gave the orca a large quantity of food. If the sleeping drug was mixed in with that food, it could be given to the orca without arousing police suspicion.
Oh, now that you mention it, I do remember that flip-flopper feeding the orca.
Oh no, I liked him. He was likable. So you remembered, did you? I see the time for a true sword fight has come. I call Marlon Rhymes to the stand. Mr. Lawyer, both Miss Orca Lover and Marlon Rhymes are important members of our crew. I don't want to suspect either of them, but I'm ready to accept whatever truth you find. Here, take this. That charm.
It's the charm that matches the one that Zora Summers had, isn't it? So you and Miss Summers were romantically involved, weren't you, Dr. Crab?
What? Of course we weren't. Sorry to disappoint you, but this doesn't belong to me. Oh, shit! At the time, I thought it was Azura's, so I grabbed it. But it wasn't hers. It was Marlon's! I was right and I was wrong! He joined the aquarium probably because after his girlfriend got, killed by the orca, he probably joined the staff to take the orca down. Oh no! But then why did he kill Jack Shipley? How did... There's questions. We're missing gaps, but oh my god, you guys, we've done it. We've finally fingered a killer! Marlon Rhymes, I'm so disappointed in you. I will. Thank you, Dr. Crab. After all, I am interested in the outcome of this trial, too.
Now then, please, summon Marlon Rhymes to the witness stand.
Oh, boys. Oh, boys. This is wild. My dude, you're a killer?
What's going on? Why is everybody making that face for? I haven't been watching the trial. Nobody's told me nothing.
Marlon Rhymes, you are under suspicion for the attempted murder of the orca.
I see. Well, if it's already out...
Oh wow, he's ready to crack. Mr. Rhymes, is he going to admit it? Is he going to be an honest witness? That would make my life so much easier if he's going to be.
Fine, I'll tell you the truth.
Alright, we have to keep in mind, we're only proving that he tried to kill Orla. This isn't necessarily saying that he killed Jack Shipley, but that would still leave us with a lot of confusion.
Sasha's lying to protect that orca.
Oh, wow, okay, so much for honesty, I guess.
At 3:30 a.m. on the 20th, there was still water in the orca pool. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the show pool. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam down in the water. What? So I thought the orca should pay the consequences.
Well, alright, so much for having an honest witness.
Oh, now we're back to the orca again.
Well, I did not see that testimony coming.
Now wait just a minute. Yesterday Orla was proven innocent. Besides, you said Orla was in the show pool during the cleaning. I didn't want to sell Sasha out. That's why I didn't tell the truth. But the fact is, all three of us, Sasha, the captain, and me, were cleaning the pool room. But Dr. Crab and Miss Buckler both said you were at the show stage. Well, the only thing Dr. Crab knew about the cleaning was what I told him. I didn't give him a whole lot of details either. Maybe he misunderstood. And Sasha's lying to protect the orca. She can't tell the truth. Sasha put blood on the skull rock herself to make a fake blood stain.
That sounds very elaborate for our Valley Girl thespian.
I think it's pretty brave of her to let herself get arrested to protect the orca. Mr. Rhymes, how can you lie like that? It's the truth. Besides, wouldn't it be better for you if I wasn't lying? If the orca did it, you win your case.
Oh my god, are you trying to extort me?
What?
This is all very hard to believe. But if Mr. Rhymes' story is true, Miss Buckler would be innocent, and the orca would be the killer.
Meaning if we turned our backs on Orla, we could save Sasha? Having a witness lie to save your own client. What a dirty, underhanded tactic, right, Don?
Objection!
Yesterday, the defense proved Orla was not guilty, and we have no intention of going back on our assertions now.
What are you saying, Mr. Wright? All you gotta do is admit the orca did it, and Sasha goes free. Isn't a lawyer supposed to act in his client's best interest?
Yeah, but see, then we'd be in a circle, because then I'd have to defend the orca again, and then Sasha. It would just be a constant back and forth of defending different clients in court. But that wouldn't be acting in her interest. Miss Buckler believes Orla is innocent. And we, of course, believe that Miss Buckler herself is innocent, too. Can you do double jeopardy on a whale? Do they have the same rights as humans? Acting in the client's best interest is an important part of our job as lawyers. Using dirty means to win a verdict would destroy our client's faith in us.
That's right. We believe in both Miss Buckler's and Orla's innocence. Huh. I just don't understand how you can treat a human and an orca equally. Sasha or the orca? You can only save one of them.
That's what you think. Ha! I don't know about that. I think I can save them both. All I have to do is disprove your testimony.
Oh yeah? Well, go ahead and try.
Oh, I intend to. It's very bold of you to assume that I can't. This is what I do for a living. If I can't tear down his testimony, I won't be able to save the both of them. I have to find a weak spot and start tearing. Alright, let's press everything. Alright, Sasha's lying to protect the orca. I don't know that we're gonna get anything out of this. What exactly do you claim Miss Buckler's lying about?
Sasha put that blood stain on the skull rock and stuff herself. She made false evidence. She left fake traces to try and save the orca.
Objection!
Witness, if you keep talking nonsense, I will seal your mouth shut. The defense supports the prosecution's idea.
But Mr. Wright, the testimony helps your client. You should be happy.
I want to save both Miss Orla and Miss Buckler. I won't accept anything less. Now that that's understood, continue with your testimony.
Fine.
Alright, there was still water in the orca pool at 3:30 a.m. When the victim was killed, how much water was in the pool?
It was before the pool was drained, for cleaning, so it was full.
J-Dove, what did I miss in the first hour? We have a new suspect. Dr. Crab now looks not so guilty, and suddenly Marlon Rhymes looks pretty guilty. You went into the orca pool room and saw this yourself? Dr. Crab said that you were at the show stage.
Objection!
But it's possible Dr. Crab was misinformed or that he misunderstood. The witness already explains this. Why are you taking this meaningless tack? If you wanted to play games, Taka here would be more than happy.
We'd better be careful about how we press the witness. Taka's watching us like a hawk.
Witness, continue. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the show pool. That would kind of make sense since there's blood on on Orla. So you're saying the incident took place before the cleaning began?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, the Captain, Sasha, and I were gonna do the cleaning together. It's much more efficient than trying to have just one person do it alone.
In the defense's case, however, more lawyers simply means more lawyers, nothing more.
Oh, what? You're one to talk? All you have on your side is a cantankerous bird.
What about me? I'm up here all alone.
Are you people done?
You need the witness to keep you focused? For shame, right, Dono?
Hey, I was the only one who kept my mouth shut. Anyway, the incident happened in the orca pool before the cleaning got started. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high. What?
Can an orca even do that? Send a person flying up into the air like that?
Yeah, of course. I've seen orcas bashing seals 60 feet into the air.
I have too. I've been whale watching. Those seals, they go fucking flying.
So naturally, Orla could do that to the captain too.
Oh, what a frightening thought. And you mention it so casually, Mr. Rhymes.
Well, what else can I say? It's the truth.
Did you see this happen? Mr. Rhymes is claiming that Orla killed the victim by sending him flying into the air. But would something like that even be possible in the orca pool room? Right, wouldn't the ceiling get in the way? There's something about that statement that bothers me.
And so you witnessed the moment the victim was killed by the orca. Is that right?
Exactly. So I thought the orca should pay the consequences.
And that means you gave it the pill. Alright, I think this part makes sense. And that's why you put the sleeping drug in Orla's food.
Ahoy! Oh, Jesus fuck. Yo ho ho! Sasha could be found guilty if we let it be. But if the orca died, Sasha would go free. I thought if the orca was already dead, Sasha might tell the truth and free herself. It might seem cruel, but a man kill an animal has to be put down.
The culprit must have tried to do away with Orla because she was a witness to the crime. But if Mr. Rhymes is the culprit, why would he try to protect Sasha? Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. If he's our killer, why not just let Sasha go under the bus? I mean, maybe because he, like, loves Sasha, he has, like, a little boy crush on her, and so he'd rather the orca take the fall than Sasha. I guess that could still make sense.
I'm sensing some very complex emotions from Mr. Rhymes. I need more information before I could do a proper analysis.
Right. So if we're gonna go to therapy, I have to present some evidence first. Of course we don't believe Mr. Rhymes' testimony.
But he's suggesting the murder took place in the orca pool. Unless we can disprove that, we won't be able to save both Orla and Sasha.
That should be easy to disprove, though. So let's go to the suspicious statement. Bashing him 30 feet high. So can we just disprove that by saying that, look, dude, the showroom, or the orca pool doesn't go that high? Do we have info on the orca pool room? I don't know. Shipley's data. Cause of death, contusion from head trauma, thought to be from 65-foot fall into pool, bruised all over. Ceiling to pool bottom is 100 feet. Oh god, I see. We have to do math. Alright, let me do a little bit of math really quick. So there's 100 feet total. The pool is 65 feet deep. Thought to be from 65-foot fall into the pool. Which means from the ceiling to the pool, I guess would be 35 feet. Ceiling to pool bottom is 100 feet. So 65 plus 35 is 100. So there's 35 feet of clearance from the pool water to the ceiling. Shit. So that sounds like it is possible. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet into the air and then making him slam down onto the water. Right? That tracks. If he's claiming that the pool was full. Which, damn it, I thought the math here would be, like, my evidence. And I still feel like it kind of is supposed to be, because the fact that we've got these numbers about how high the ceiling is and how high the pool is, I feel like that is designed to be able to discredit this guy. So maybe I'm interpreting this wrong? Bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam down onto the water. 65-foot fall into the pool. Right. I guess... I mean, I could try and throw it anyways, and maybe Phoenix will say something that I'm not understanding? He's claiming that the water was not drained, right? There was still water in the orca pool. That's what he's saying. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the show pool. Bashing the captain 30 feet high and making him slam down on the water. It's the only thing that seems to make sense to me, even though I'm a little confused by it. So let's just see what Phoenix says.
Objection!
Yeah, it's right. Phoenix, do the math for me. My math isn't mathing. When lies are piled on top of each other, contradictions start to emerge. Let me pay attention. Let me learn something about my stupidity here. This time is no different. Are you saying there's some kind of inconsistency in my testimony? That's exactly what I'm saying. You claim that the victim was sent flying about 30 feet into the air. But the autopsy report states that the cause of death was thought to be from a 65-foot fall. Oh, it was simpler math than I thought. So, the clearance between the water and the ceiling would only be 35 feet. So even if he was flung 30 feet into the air, he would have only been able to fall 30 feet. I'm a dumb bitch. What? Additionally, in your testimony a moment ago, you said at 3:30 a.m. on the 20th there was still water in the orca pool. The pool is about 65 feet deep, and there's about 30 feet between the water and the ceiling. 35 to be specific. If the pool was full of water as you claimed, it would be impossible for the victim to have fallen 65 feet as the autopsy states. Oh. Mr. Rhymes claimed he was in the orca pool room so we could make these statements. But the truth must be he was at the show stage, just as Dr. Crab and Sasha testified.
I believe that brings us back to the orca didn't do it case.
I didn't believe the witness's testimony from the outset. I am grateful to you, Right Dono, for shutting the witness up. As I thought, the only person who could have killed this victim is Sasha Buckler. That fact still remains, whether the witness was the one who tried to kill the orca or not. Oh, son of a... Mr. Rhymes was right about one thing. His testimony was advantageous to our case, but pointing out the contradiction in his statement will only drive us into a corner.
As Prosecutor Blackwell said, suspicion against Miss Buckler is now deepened.
Yeah, that's okay. Sometimes we have to make our clients look more guilty before we help them. It's all part of the process. Don't worry, Sasha.
Mr. Wright, isn't there anything we can do? There has to be a way to prove Sasha's innocent.
At a time like this, the thing to do is to turn my thinking around. Alright, boys, let's have a breakthrough. Instead of trying to prove that Sasha couldn't have done it, I have to think about what made it possible for somebody else to have done it. Think, Phoenix, think! Is it time for a brain blast? As long as the crime scene is the orca pool room, then Sasha's the only one who could have committed the crime. We're gonna change the crime scene. No need for pity or boldness. Just finish him off with a swift verdict.
It appears the defense has no objections. Very well, I will give my verdict.
Hold it! Your Honor, look at my finger wag and please hold off on that verdict.
Well, you are so quiet, Mr. Wright. Do you have something to say now?
The defense has a counter-argument.
You do.
Pitiful. Such desperation. You look pale. Are you prepared to make your counter-argument? A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. That's what my big-breasted boss used to tell me. I'll never forget those words, no matter how many years go by. Even though it's probably just a bluff, I'll give it to them with a smile. What if the scene of the crime was somewhere else?
The scene of the crime?
Somewhere else? What? You're finding fault with the police investigation now? As I understand it, the prosecution's argument is as follows. The scene of the crime was the orca pool room. Only the defendant and victim entered that room when there was no water in the pool. Therefore, only the defendant could have committed the crime. That is correct. But if the scene of the crime was not the orca pool room, then somebody other than the defendant could have committed the crime.
Are you sure you know where you're going with this?
I might not be too sure, but I'm not backing down now, Athena. Pay attention and take notes.
Mr. Wright, I hope I'm wrong, but this isn't one of your bluffs by chance.
Of course not! Oh, the judge knows me too well.
And do you have a theory on where the actual scene of the crime was?
I do. Of course I do. Think, Phoenix, think. Think of a place other than the orca pool room where one could fall to one's death.
Then by all means, share your theory with the court. Where was the real scene of the murder?
Well, we have so many options. Where could it possibly be? Luckily, even though we only have two options, before we were even shown this diagram, I was pretty much convinced that it was the show pool room. The show stage pool might have been drained of water at some point as well. And if so, it would be just as possible to fall to one's death as the orca pool. Right, Donald. What you're doing is disgrace to your profession. I sincerely hope you have some basis for what you're suggesting. Of course I do. I mean, I will as soon as I think of something. The victim's body was found in the orca pool. How do you explain that? Well, how about if after the victim was killed in the show stage pool, his body was moved to the orca pool?
How about it? What kind of presentation of your argument is that? You'd better have a reasonable explanation for how the body was moved.
Oh, I do, actually. Don't worry. How could the body have been moved? Was there something at the scene that could have been used? Yes, we've got a hoist that moves between the two rooms. I'm like a boss now. The hoist runs between the orca pool room and the show stage. The stretcher can be hung from the hoist to move things like Orla or the Skull Rock. The stretcher could also have been used to move the dead body.
Yes, and that stretcher can move the orca on the Skull Rock. It seems likely it could also move a dead body.
Hey, it worked. I might just be able to pull this off. If the show pool was at the scene of the crime, somebody else could have done. If the show pool was the scene of the crime, somebody else could have done it.
Objection!
You desperately spew conjecture, and now you even make up a crime scene. Oh no, he broke his shackles. Again. Ah. You don't have the soul of a warrior. You don't deserve to be on the battlefield. And even your fabrication is half-baked. It's a disgrace. What do you mean half-baked? The hoist can be operated from the orca pool room only.
Yeah.
And the only person who entered the orca pool room was the defendant. So even if the body was moved, the only one who could have moved it was the defendant herself. Maybe she was tricked. Yeah! Maybe she got a call on the walkie like, hey, I got some material to transport. Maybe he hid the body inside of the skull rock. Is that possible, you think?
Order! So it comes back to the defendant, no matter which pool it was.
Meaning, I can't clear Sasha either, because Sasha said she moved the skull rock because she wanted to hide it so that they wouldn't be able to do the show. So, if the dead body was hidden inside of the skull rock, oh my god, I figured it out. The body was hidden inside of the skull rock after the death in the show pool room. Sasha wants to move the skull rock, not knowing what's going on because she doesn't want the show to go on. And she's like, oh, if I move this prop, they won't be able to do the show. So without knowing that there's a dead body in the skull rock, she picks it up, she moves it to the orca pool room, and sets it down there using the hoist operator machine thing. Then, Orla, figuring out this whale who witnessed the murder, she saw the body get stuffed in the skull rock. As the pool gets filled with water, and now she has access to the skull rock and is no longer separated from it, now she's, like, bashing her head into it, being like, oh my god, I gotta set the captain free! So she does that, and that's how she gets the injury on her head. The captain's body gets out of the skull rock, then she lifts it to the shore, and that is what happened! I got this. Now all we have to do is implicate Marlon Rhymes for the crime. Sasha said she moved Orla and the skull rock. And I believe her. So could it be possible that she moved the body herself without being aware of it?
Mr. Wright, do you have an objection to Prosecutor Blackwell's claim?
Do I have an objection to the claim that the defendant moved the body? I don't, because I'm agreeing. I think the defendant did move the body. Yeah. These backward, like, tricks, they get me. I have no objections. Miss Buckler must have been the one who moved the body. What?
Mr. Wright, are you admitting the defendant committed the murder?
No, I am not, Your Honor. I am simply conceding that she was the only one who could have moved the body. However, I contend Miss Buckler was not aware of what she was doing. The culprit made her move it, unbeknownst to her.
The defendant moved a dead body without realizing it was a dead body? How could that be possible?
The body was found in the orca pool. It must have been moved there somehow. I might find some kind of hint in the things she moved with the stretcher. The culprit made Miss Buckler move the body along with this piece of evidence. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum.
The skull rock.
Miss Buckler told me yesterday that she moved the skull rock when she was cleaning. The only two things Miss Buckler moved to the orca pool are Orla herself and the skull rock. I would like to suggest that the victim's body may have been inside the skull rock.
What?
Hidden inside the rock, the body could have been moved to the orca pool with the hoist. At the show stage, Marlon Rhymes loaded up the skull rock with the body inside. And then, he used the walkie-talkie to let Miss Buckler know the rock was loaded. Miss Buckler operated the hoist from the orca pool room and moved the stretcher. She moved the rock without knowing that the body was inside.
Do you really think there's enough space inside the skull rock to place a body?
The swashbuckler flyer indicates it could be possible. Please focus on the question at the bottom left.
Ah, it says who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the skull rock. In that case, I suppose the rock is hollow.
What's more, if the body was inside the skull rock, it explains the remaining unanswered questions that we have. Yes, it does!
Such as?
Well, let's look at the security footage of the scene Mr. Plume witnessed. Where did the body that Mr. Plume saw come from? Please recall. What was Orla doing to the skull rock at this time? She was headbutting it. Oh! That's right. Orla's ramming released the body from the Skull Rock. The body had been placed inside the Skull Rock and moved there from the show stage. I assert that the real murder scene was in fact the show stage pool.
Silence.
What rubbish is this now? You don't have a single scrap of evidence. Oh my god, Tom Leo! Welcome back! Shots! I have to go get some. I don't have alcohol on me right now. I have
Tamla
tequila.
donated $10. So I missed one episode of Ace Attorney, which got my brain to a "you can't watch streams until you binge it all or games change" mode. But I figured I should drop in and make sure you know I'm alive.
Aww.
I'm quite enjoying living on my own.
Aw, Tom Leah, congratulations! I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for the donation. Let me go get some tequila. I'll be right back. I'm all fresh out of vodka. Doing tequila might kill me inside, so be warned. But we'll give it a shot. We're going to do just the tiniest bit. Because I don't want to kill myself. But it's been a minute since I've had a donation. This reminds me that I should probably go to the liquor store and pick up some vodka, because that's my drink of choice. This, oh Nelly. Alright, I've done tequila before. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, that's already too much, though. Okay. It's not gonna be fine. Tequila's not something I'm used to drinking. Okay, I can do this. Drinking on the job like a good lawyer. Cheers, friends! Ooh! Guys, do I drink like a bitch? Oh. I think I drink like a bitch. I think I'm crying a little bit. I don't need a chaser, though, so you know. I've at least got that down. Just gonna cry about it. Alright. With that out of the way, let's get back to the case at hand, like a professional. It's easy enough to verify what I say. Take a look inside the Skull Rock yourself. Oh my god.
Water, drink, water,
Talia!
ditch. Oh, drink, water, drink, water, drink, water, ditch.
Tamla has just donated $9. Also, to make sure you don't die of alcohol in SAS, I started a trend. Water too, when I tell you how my 2-week vaca to grandparents in Montana lead to grandpa giving us all COVID and that being out entire vacation, lol.
Oh no!
But hey, we play.
Tom Leah! That's terrible. I'm so sorry. I mean, is everybody okay? Is everybody... I mean, you got sick, but like, was everybody relatively okay? No serious symptoms? Let me know. Let me go fill up on water now. I got my little purified water, so we'll fill her up. And that'll be my chaser. Let me put this back in the fridge. Da-da-da-ba-ba-da-bum. Huh. Tom Leah, I think you just bought me dinner tonight. I'm probably gonna order some Uber Eats after this because I got home from the gym a little too late to make anything. So, double thank you. Oh, what am I gonna order? Maybe a pizza. Alright, Tom Leah, other than him getting hospitalized for like 2 days and then coming back stronger than ever, the rest of us just had a cough and nose issues. So it just meant we played twice as many card games as usual. Alright, I'm glad it wasn't anything too serious. I'm very sorry to hear that he had to go to the hospital. That can be very scary and stressful to go through. Oh. It's good to see you back in the chat, Tom Leah. 19 isn't even enough for Uber Eats where I live. Well, yeah. But that's what we pay for, services now these days. Everything's a gig job now. That's inflation for you. Alright, so take a look in the rock yourself. You should find some kind of proof that the body was there. Blood, fibers, hair. I'm convinced you're gonna find something.
Yeah, right, Dono.
Uber Eats be like 25 for the food, 35 for the delivery. Don't forget the tip!
Mr. Wright, that was incredible! You turned things completely around. And to think, it all started with that half-baked bluff.
Right. Yeah, that was a close one. Did you really have to add that last part, though?
If the murder took place on the show stage, who is the perpetrator?
Well, naturally, it would be the person who was at the show stage. Oh, you look guilty as sin, my guy. Mr. Rhymes, weren't you the one who loaded the Skull Rock onto the stretcher at the show stage?
Well, Mr. Wright, that was some pretty smart brain work you did there. To be honest, I never thought you could figure it out. I tried to protect myself. I guess it came back to bite me.
Is he confessing?
Are you confessing you gave false testimony before, Mr. Rhymes? That's perjury! A crime that I've never punished in my courtroom.
Yeah, what Mr. Wright says is true. The body was inside the Skull Rock. And it's true, the captain was killed in the show pool, too.
He's admitting to all of it? That easily? He's still gonna blame the orca, isn't he? Somehow, some way, I don't know.
Well, this time, I'm gonna tell you the whole truth about what happened that day.
Witness testimony, the whole truth.
In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Then the captain came down and slammed into the water. I can still remember the spectators' screams clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca.
No, wait, what? Objection? The spectators' screams. Didn't all of this happen at like 3:30 in the morning? Am I understanding this correctly? When the cleaning was happening? This makes no sense.
When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked.
No, almost everything he's saying makes no sense to me. Right? Let me look at the autopsy again. What? Estimated time of death, somewhere between midnight and 10 o'clock in the morning. Wow, that's a really wide range of time. But I thought we established that this cleaning thing was happening at like 3:30 in the morning, give or take. There weren't spectators watching anything. If you were going to give testimony like that, why did I bother putting you on the stand? Right? Because if there were spectators, we would have had witnesses to have seen the whale commit the crime. Like, my guy, you got caught in a web of lies, and now you're not even telling good lies. You're fucking up.
All I'm doing is telling the truth.
No.
Well, the day Sasha wanted to do the old version of the Swashbuckler Spectacular. So, I suggested she hide the body in the Skull Rock, move it to the orca pool. Well, I was gonna figure out what to do with the body after the show was over. The orca's the one that killed the captain. It wasn't me, and it wasn't Sasha.
So, it was Mr. Rhymes' idea to hide the body in the Skull Rock. But, if Mr. Rhymes is the culprit, why would he protect Sasha? False charges against Sasha would mean he himself would escape suspicion. So what's going on here?
Mr. Wright, how about you leave this to me? I think it's time for therapy.
Athena, you heard something?
Yep, noise. Discord in Mr. Rhymes' heart.
Ah, so that means somewhere in his testimony there is an inconsistency. In his emotions. Alright, Athena. Give him a good counseling session.
You got it, boss.
Huh? What's this? What's wrong? Widget not working for you? What are you getting, Athena?
This testimony is pretty complex. Feelings of deep sadness and intense anger are being called up. Those two emotions appear to be running out of control.
Out of control emotions? Is that gonna be a problem?
We'll have to probe their cause if we want to get his true emotion and testimony.
Breezy, should we continue therapy next time? I will at least go through the therapy session because we're at an hour and a half, which is usually where I call it, but I'm willing to go up to 2 hours, and I'm invested. I need to figure out what's going wrong with this man.
There might even be odd or unnatural spots in his testimony that he isn't even aware of.
Alright, let's probe the cause of his out-of-control emotions, then.
I'll explain how to probe. Let's find the root cause together. When you see something off in a statement, tap the probe button with L. Next, point to what's causing Mr. Rhymes' out-of-control emotions. Finally, tap probe to complete the process. When emotions are out of control, memories can be recalled incorrectly. If you still haven't found anything after all the statements and the images, I'll help.
Oh my god!
On a piece of concrete and literally go to hell.
I will see you in fucking hell, you fucking asshole, you fucking liar, you fucking manipulator, you goddamn wish you would have played your cards right with me, you fucking asshole!
Tamla has just donated $20. One more dono, your favorite, and paying for your dessert now 2 cheeky smiley face, just to say I'm working on crate training a couple of strays on my street so I can get them to the vet and thusly adopt them properly. It's a work in progress.
Yeah? Tom Leah! That is my favorite donation. My favorite by far. Oh my god. It's an icon. I live by it every single fucking day of my life. Oh, thank you for the donation. Thank you for the dessert. Oh man, I'm definitely gonna get something good after this. Right, alright. I guess I'll start comparing the statements with the images. Alright, look for something inconsistent. We got 30 minutes to do therapy on my boy. Oh, Jesus. Oh no, we've broken it. Whoa. In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Pro. What's causing anger and sadness? I guess the sadness is being caused by Shipley. Am I wrong? Am I doing this incorrectly, maybe?
That doesn't appear to be the cause of his out-of-control emotions.
Oh, okay. We gotta find one thing. Alright, I got it. Wow, that was a long explanation. Alright. Let's look at everything. The captain came down and slammed into the water. Okay. I can still remember the spectator's screams clearly. I think I'm understanding. This is his false memory. There's no this happened at 3:30 in the morning. There were no spectators. This doesn't make... There wouldn't have been an audience. But maybe there was an audience a year ago when his girlfriend died? This is it. I knew that made no sense. Mr. Rhymes, I doubt there were any spectators there at the show stage when the owner died. If there had been, those witnesses would have told us the true crime scene immediately. What? Oh yeah, of course. I just made a mistake.
Okay, that made the sadness subside. So, maybe the spectator's part was what was making him sad.
I wonder why it would make him I wonder why he would make that mistake. Saying spectators were there? Because he's getting his events crossed.
The only thing I can think of is that he's mixing up one memory with another. Like, he was in a similar situation before, and it deeply imprinted on his heart.
A situation where an orca killed somebody, and there were spectators. Hey! I think I know why he's mixing up memories. The reason why Mr. Rhymes mixed up his memories is... Do we want to say that he was Azura's boyfriend already, or do we want to say that, it's about the case from last year? It could be either or. Let's start by talking about there was a case a year ago. Mr. Rhymes, I think I know what happened. Yeah, I think this was the way to go. Could you have been mixing up what happened a year ago with this incident? Maybe that's why you slipped and said that the owner was killed in front of spectators?
What? How did you... Yeah, you're right. I did see the orca kill somebody a year ago.
What about it?
I was just one of the spectators. Really? Just another spectator? There must be a reason why you feel great sadness about the incident from last year.
Silence.
Stop this nonsensical scrutiny of feelings. Just present evidence to prove your point. Oh, I'm glad you asked, because I have evidence.
Boss, do we have any kind of evidence that would back us up here?
There is one piece that comes to mind. Well, I'm waiting. Let's see this evidence. Okay, if you insist. Wait, I passed it. Sorry. There you go. It's a charm. Azura Summers died an accidental death 1 year ago. This is her boyfriend's charm.
Hey! What are you doing with that?
It was found in Rifle's stomach yesterday. Judging by your reaction, I believe this charm belongs to you.
I guess I need to push him just a little harder to make him admit it. When Mr. Rhymes said the word charm, he was very rattled. We'd better examine this charm a little more.
Good idea. Let's look inside it. Oh, what's this? A photograph?
Are you fucking kidding me? We had a photograph of them together as a couple in our evidence and we never took a fucking look at it? Oh my god, Phoenix! This could have saved me a lot of headaches. Also, oh my god, she's beautiful. And also, oh my god, he's so happy. Hey, this is Azura Summers and Marlon Rhymes. I can't believe we didn't look at this. Mr. Rhymes, you and Azura Summers were a couple, weren't you? So what if we were a couple? It doesn't have anything to do with the captain's case.
You believe you saw the orca kill your girlfriend. That's the cause of your sadness. Isn't that emotion of yours connected to the current case?
Silence.
The only thing you revealed was the witness's relationship with the victim a year ago. What does this witness's past have to do with the case at hand?
I don't know yet. But we managed to pinpoint the source of his sadness. Now, let's delve into who Mr. Rhymes is angry at.
He blamed the captain for her death. Why is he angry? I bet I know. He's angry at the captain. But before I blame him here, maybe I should blame the captain somewhere else. Captain slammed down. Info update. Captain's body clearly. All Sasha did was move the body to protect the orca. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca feeding the body, I freaked. Yeah, I think anywhere might work. Because we know he was mad at the captain. So let's just probe the captain.
Got it.
He blamed the captain for her death. Was that not right? His anger was not directed at that.
Oh, it was the fucking... It wasn't the captain, it was the whale! The whale who actually killed him! Jesus Christ.
Alright, that was a big oof on my part.
Got it.
He's mad at the whale, not the captain. I got confused because the captain is who died. Mr. Rhymes, you're angry with Orla, aren't you?
Angry? At an orca? Why would I be? If you think I have some reason to be mad, show me some proof.
Do I have proof that Mr. Rhymes has a reason to be mad? I mean, your girlfriend got killed by the whale. I bet that evidence we just took a look at would come in handy here. This charm indicates you were Azura Summers' boyfriend. I'm sure you believe Orla killed your girlfriend a year ago. You lost your girlfriend, and so you've been angry at Orla.
Alright, I'll admit it. I'll never forgive that orca. Azura's dead, and that orca is still swimming around, happy as a clam. I became an animal keeper, just so I could prove that the orca's a killer.
God, I'm good. I called it from a mile away. I just got a little bit sidetracked with my suspicion of Dr. Crab.
You're right. I want that orca to pay. There, you feel good for dragging up a person's past, but it still doesn't change a thing.
Alright, down to 30. We're getting closer. He's right.
I disagree. It does change things. His out-of-control emotions quieted down. Now we should be able to find out the truth behind that emotion.
Still has anger. The orca shot the captain up into the air. The captain came down and slammed into the water. I can still remember it clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. But Mr. Cool witnessed it, I freaked. Alright. So he's super big, angry, little fear. Big fear. Alright, so there's a big change here. maybe... Whoops. Maybe it's this? No, oh my god, oh my god. What's the unexpected emotion? I don't know. The orca shot the captain up into the air. There's not a lot of... There's not a lot of fear here. Fear or sadness? Wouldn't you expect more fear?
Got it!
Nope, that's not it. There really isn't anything strange there. Let's take another look. There must be an unexpected emotion in here somewhere. So his fear jumps up huge, which is suspicious. I can still remember it clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. Everything kind of flatlines here. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked. He says I freaked, but his freak didn't go up. No, that's not it either. Don't worry, guys, I'm gonna get this. Whoops, whoops. Alright, no, let's keep going. So maybe it's this change in intensity.
Got it!
It's not the change in intensity. Son of a bitch. I'm such a bad psychologist. This is why I didn't get a degree in this, you guys. I still remember it clearly. At least we don't get penalized for being wrong here. We can just keep dicking around here. No, I should figure this out correctly. What is the off emotion? Captain came down and slammed into the water. Right. I can still remember it clearly. There's not a lot of information here, to be fair. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. So maybe he was mad at Sasha?
Got it!
No. I'm gonna pick every single wrong emotion. Could it be... This is a stretch. The orca shot the captain up into the air. Oh, wait. Let me go back to the last statement. Alright, he says he freaked, but there's literally not a single ounce of shock, right? Like, you see, there's no aspect of surprise.
Got it!
That was it, boys! Wow, that's tricky. I'm so wired to look for the emotions that are lighting up. I didn't even think to, like, oh, what about what's not there? Alright, I'm ready to get my psychology degree. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, you freaked? Did you really? What are you getting at? With Mr. Plume as a witness, Orla was guaranteed to be accused of the murder. Didn't it work out exactly as you hoped? In order to have Orla put down, you made sure Mr. Plume witnessed that scene. Yeah, he planted her as a witness. Oh my god! Wow, that is an intense face. Yikes. And therapy has been accomplished. We've helped somebody's mental health today. I should get a badge. So you figured all that out too, did ya?
Mr. Rhymes, are you admitting it?
I didn't really want to have to fight anybody but the orca. But you leave me no choice. Ew, oh god, wow. What, you are the throat goat. Holy shit. What did you drink? Oh my... What? He's buff? I'm a little turned on. I'm a little in shock. Did you just do steroids? In my courtroom? In the judge's court? What? Alright, I don't think I've ever seen a transformation like this. Now it's time to get serious.
Yo, what? Yo! Ho, ho! Ahoy, me brothers represent the vast grass eaters, stay free! Take me words, pop in your mouth, scurvy grass eaters kneel to me beat. Yo, ho, ho! Bro, I'm ready for the showdown! What is going on? Where did this pirate fellow come from? Where did his shirt go?
He looks like a completely different person. And he's got a fish.
Order! If we don't have an order, Prosecutor Blackwell will yell at us.
He's just as shocked as the rest of us. Even Prosecutor Blackwell's at a loss for words.
So I plan to have that wench be a witness. You caught me. It be true I thought the orca's murderous ways should be found out. That be why I screamed to have Diplume see the body.
So you admit it? You deliberately framed Orla?
Arg, it be true. But what's that skin be that off anybody's nose? That orca be a murdering scurvy dog. I may have a grudge against that orca, but I always felt grateful toward the captain. The orca murdered Azura and the captain, so of course she should walk the plank.
I really don't have a response to this.
I agree it wouldn't make any sense for him to kill the owner. Why would he?
Rhymes is doing the George pose. Oh my god, dog face.
But his hatred for Orla, on the other hand, comes through loud and clear.
So he's still lacking a motive for killing the captain. Wait a minute. If killing Mr. Shipley doesn't make sense, who would it make sense for Rhymes to kill? Maybe my theory's been all wrong. Maybe he was trying to kill Orla and he killed Mr. Shipley by accident. How does that happen, though? Your Honor, I think I just became aware of a new fact.
Oh, and what is that?
Now that we know about Mr. Rhymes' intense hatred of Orla, it turns the premise we've been arguing under its ear. I will now reveal the identity of the individual Mr. Rhymes meant to kill from the start. He wanted to kill the whale, Orla.
What? The witness's intent was to kill the orca.
Exactly. The witness's intended victim was not Jack Shipley. From the start, it was all a scheme to kill Orla. The orca was his true target, but Jack Shipley is the one who died. The orca is alive and quite well. He's right. He wanted to kill the orca, and yet it was Jack Shipley who fell to his death. How did that happen? Alright, theorizing, brain blast moment. The show pool stage shouldn't have been drained, right? That's not normal. We hypothesized that the showroom stage was drained, and that's how Jack Shipley fell to his death. The orca was going to be transported through the hoist mechanism when they're cleaning the pool room. So if Sasha was cleaning the pool room and she was going to move Orla out to the show stage, assuming that the show stage was full of water, but it wasn't when Orla's body was moved out of the pool room and then yeeted over to the showroom and then let go of to drop her into the pool, but there was no water in the pool, Orla would have fallen to the ground and died. But I think that was the plan, but something went wrong. And in some way where something went wrong, it ended up being Jack Shipley who fell into the pool, not Orla who fell into the pool. So how did Orla get there and not die? I don't know. But I think that was what the planned assassination attempt was. Wait a minute. What if Mr. Rhymes wanting to kill Orla was somehow connected to Mr. Shipley's death? At a loss for words, are you? What happened to your bravado a moment ago? Enough of these reckless words, without any basis in fact. They aren't reckless words. The basis for my claim is that the real murder scene, the show pool, is where the murder happened. What are you talking about? It's my contention that the two incidents happened at the show pool room. The attempted murder of the orca, and the victim falling to his death. First of all, in order to kill the orca, Mr. Rhymes removed something from the scene, the water. And by doing so, he made it possible for Mr. Shipley to fall to his death.
What did he remove?
This is what Mr. Rhymes removed in order to kill the orca. What could he have removed here?
Take that!
Which was the water. Don't tell me you're trying to claim he tried to kill the orca by draining the pool water. That's exactly what I'm claiming. To help the defendant with the cleaning, Marlon Rhymes took charge of Orla, with the plan to kill Orla in the show pool. And because the pool water was drained, it made it possible for Jack Shipley to fall to his death in the show pool. I'm feeling pretty good about this right now. Gotta be honest. I think we've accomplished something today. Oh, geez. Boy. Oh my god, ew.
I tried to kill the orca, ye say? Can ye even prove there was nary a drop of water in the pool? That day I was simply looking after the orca. Why would I have the monstrous thought of killing it?
Objection!
You claim you were looking after Orla in the early morning hours of July 20th, but I don't think you were doing a very good job of it. After all, Orla wasn't given anything to eat during that time.
How would ye know such a thing?
I know because of Orla's record here in the torpedo data system. The system continuously records data on the subjects it monitors. From Orla's record, we can tell exactly when she ate or didn't eat.
Sink me! Nobody ever told me about that dastardly contraption.
Only a few of the ship-shape aquarium staff know about this system. According to Orla's record, she never ate in those early morning hours of the 20th. You planned to kill Orla, and that's why you didn't feed her. You're wasting time. What proof do you have of that? Perhaps the orca simply wasn't hungry. Well, he's right, I don't have any proof.
If Orla simply didn't eat, then that would create an inconsistency. Where did her fish go?
Hey, her fish! Good question, Athena! Where did it disappear to? Fish. What does it matter? What relevance does it have to the case? Cease this stalling by asking inconsequential questions. Stop delving into the depths of the orca's stomach and delve into the case instead.
Objection!
But wait! It may seem like a small inconsistency, but it's an issue of great importance. I think.
What are you driving at, Mr. Wright?
Give me a moment, Your Honor. How could the fish disappear? Somebody had to have eaten it. Who came to the show stage and ate Orla's fish? I might have a pretty good idea. I know where we're going here. Don't worry, guys, I got this. And I know how we're gonna prove it, too. I'm 10 steps ahead of this game right now. Alright, yeah, don't worry, I got it. Who ate the fish? I'll tell you who ate the fish. Somebody ate Orla's fish. This was the visitor to the show stage. It was Rifle, and I have evidence to prove it was Rifle. I believe Rifle the Penguin visited the show stage.
First an orca, now a penguin. Why would he be saying such a thing, Mr. Lawyer? I didn't see Rifle during the wee early morning hours. Do you have any proof Rifle visited the show? Oh, it's great that you asked. Because I have evidence. The bottom of Rifle's feet were pink for a reason. If I present that evidence, we're good to go here. Now to prove I'm a lawyer worth my salt. This is the proof that Rifle visited the show stage.
Take that!
She left fucking little penguin feet on Sasha's sign.
Oh, what a cute little sign. Look at all those adorable stars.
These stars are actually starfish, Mr. Buckler. That Miss Buckler painted. Sorry, Your Honor. In the early morning hours of the 20th, she left this sign at the show stage to dry. Mr. Rhymes kept an eye on the sign for Miss Buckler while the paint was drying.
Aye, that be true. But what be your point?
On this sign is proof that Rifle visited the show stage.
Proof of the penguin's visit? I'm afraid I don't see it.
Where is the proof? I'll show you the proof. Look at those little feet. Look at those little footsie prints. A couple of the pink starfish are shaped a little differently from the others.
Oh, you're right. They look almost like little leaves.
Rifle had pink paint on the bottom of her feet. These little leaf-like shapes on this sign are actually Rifle's footprints. Rifle made these footprints by walking on the sign before it was dry.
Oh, what cute little penguin prints.
So there are footprints. What of them? Marlon Rhymes was watching over this sign at the show stage, while the paint dried. And during that time, the penguin paid a visit. According to the torpedo data system, we know that Rifle ate something that morning of the 20th. Most likely, Rifle ate the fish meant for Orla that was at the show stage. Orla's snack was of a small quantity of fish. Even a penguin could have eaten it all.
Big God, Rifle ate Orla's fish. Who be to say Rifle ate Orla's fish? She could have picked up food anywhere. But that doesn't change the fact that I was at the stage show. After all, I had to help move the skull rock. It couldn't have been moved without me.
The witness claims he never saw the penguin. How do you explain this contradiction? I think he's lying. Both Mr. Rhymes and Rifle were at the show stage, but Mr. Rhymes didn't see her. So where could Mr. Rhymes have been at the time? Oh, he would have been in the pool with no water. Right, Dono. If you're not up to the task, I can disprove this witness's testimony for you. I'm up to the task, don't worry. I got this.
Mr. Wright, let's try to figure out how things looked when Rifle came to the show stage.
Mr. Rhymes was at the show stage, keeping an eye on Orla and the sign. And we know it must be true because he helped move the skull rock. And then Rifle came in and walked over the sign. But wouldn't Mr. Rhymes notice Rifle if he was right there? Let's think about where Mr. Rhymes could have been. Is there a place in the show stage area from which Rifle couldn't have been seen? Down here.
Take that!
Unless I'm fucking it up.
What? Inside the pool? But you're right, if he was inside the pool, he wouldn't have noticed Rifle. Are you saying Mr. Rhymes was underwater the whole time Rifle was eating?
No, Athena, that is not what I am saying. When I think about what he was trying to do, the answer's clear. Now I'm finally starting to get the whole picture. Just like yesterday, must you two always be whispering to each other? Why don't you admit that resorting to a penguin will get you nowhere?
Objection!
Oh, I don't know about that. The fact that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice Rifle is such a small inconsistency. But it's a key point that proves what Mr. Rhymes was trying to do. The penguin is a key point. The show stage pool is very deep. If Rifle came to visit while Mr. Rhymes was at the bottom of this pool, he would never have been able to have noticed Rifle. Arr! Orcas can be out of the water for a short time without sustaining damage. But if they're out of the water for a long time, they weaken and eventually die. In order to kill Orla, Mr. Rhymes had to drain the pool. And while the pool was drained of water, Mr. Shipley fell to his death. Okay. So Mr. Shipley's death might have been an accident still. So maybe he'd be charged with manslaughter because he created the events? I don't know. But yeah, so Orla was not dropped into an empty pool. The water was in the pool, Orla was dropped in, and then he drained the pool. I understand. The show stage pool is about 65 deep, just 65 feet deep, just like the orca pool. Without water in the pool, a person could be made to fall exactly 65 feet. Case closed maybe? Are we good here? Mr. Rhymes probably wondered what to do. If he continued with his plan to kill Orla, how would he dispose of Mr. Shipley's body? So he devised a plan to kill two birds with one stone.
What?
Mr. Rhymes went down to the bottom of the pool and put the victim's body in the rock. He then had Miss Buckler move the rock and the body together.
Silence!
And the witness made the defendant do this somehow without arousing her suspicion? That's exactly right. Mr. Shipley told Miss Buckler that she couldn't perform in the new show. Miss Buckler became upset and wanted to switch back to the old version of the show. So Mr. Rhymes conveniently suggested that she take and hide a prop for the new show. Mr. Rhymes then manipulated Orla using her singing and lifesaver tricks to frame her for the crime. Oh my god. He schemed to have Orla find the body while Mr. Plume would be standing as a witness. He saddled Orla with the false charge of murder so that Orla would be put down.
Arrgh!
Oh, did you just pee a little?
Oh, so the fact that the witness didn't see the penguin.
Shows that when Rifle visited the show stage, Rhymes was putting the body in the rock. At the bottom of the pool, that is.
Who would have thought the presence of a penguin could prove the witness's actions?
It's working. Just a little further now, and Sasha is going to be proven not guilty. If you think you've won this battle, you are sorely mistaken. Your theory is based on the notion that the witness could manipulate the orca. Witness, can you control the orca's actions?
Ah, of course not. What kind of bilge be that? I be but a simple animal keeper. If my memory serves, wasn't Miss Buckler the only one who could issue commands to the orca?
Not true, and I have the evidence to prove it. The judge's blade is sharper than the lawyer's. Fuck you guys, we're at 2 hours, but one of you guys told me that we're close to a to be continued. I feel like we might be at a close to... I don't know what to do.
If you wish to do battle with a witness, you'll need a horned blade.
Are we close to a to be continued, you guys? Do you guys know?
Marlon Rhymes, how could you manipulate the...
I feel like we're close to solving it, to be fair. Like, how much more is there to this mystery? I know what we're gonna do next. We're gonna prove that he does know the tricks because his girlfriend would send him videos. We have the phone. Rhymes had to have manipulated the Orla in order for his plan to work. We're right before the point. How can I prove it?
It appears this line of reasoning has become
Yes, Athena knows.
Well, it appears I was mistaken.
Athena?
I've analyzed the hearts of all kinds of people. I have enough experience to see when I look into your heart that you haven't given up. So that objection was my way of speaking up for your heart.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Thank you, Athena. With your help, I've remembered the old right way.
The right way?
Your Honor, I'm not finished with presenting my argument.
Do you have anything else to ask this witness?
You've cross-examined all the witnesses and presented all your evidence. Not all of it. All the witnesses? I don't think so. I haven't cross-examined the most important one. The central figure in both cases. Oh my god, it's happening. Is it happening? The central figure. It's happening! The one involved in not only the case a year ago, but this current case too. I've never called her as a witness, but it's time to do so now.
Who are you talking about? Who is this central figure in both cases?
We're putting Orla on the stand, oh no! The defense calls the central figure in both cases Orla the Orca.
You intend to cross-examine an orca? Arrgh, cross-examine an orca. He must be addled. It'd be impossible, says I.
I don't know, I've tried other things before. This absurdity is beyond the pale. How do you expect to question an orca, a creature incapable of speech? Orla is intricately involved with this case. I have every right to cross-examine her. Besides, even if she can't speak, I think cross-examining her will be invaluable. Very well. Do what you will then. But if you fail to garner anything from this little exercise with the orca, I hope you realize the reward for your efforts for the defendant's guilty verdict. Whoa, I'm sorry, I messed that up. I'm ready and confident.
So, cross-examining Orla, huh? That was a bold move, boss. Now all we have to do is figure out how Mr. Rhymes manipulated Orla.
I already know, it was with the phone, Athena. That's right. Now it's Orla's turn to help us save Sasha.
An orca defendant yesterday. An orca witness today. Mr. Wright, this is truly unprecedented. But even though this is highly unusual, I'm prepared to allow it. Bailiff, ready the witness via telecast. We'll have a 10-minute recess while the telecast is being set up.
Oh, thank God. Is it time? Do we get a to be continued? I'm running out of steam here, boys. There it is. Oh, thank Christ. I mean, this case is so good, and it's getting so great, but holy shit, I'm hungry. Let me save my game. Oh, okay. Alright, boys. Another long one today. If you could leave a like, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for the donations today. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you want to see me finger Marlon for the crime and get him thrown under the bus, join me tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. where I will maybe possibly finish this case. We'll find out, all right? I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you guys tomorrow, all right? Toodles, boys!